Is Rock 105.3. Coming up this weekend, it is going to be amazing. The San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival is happening, and one of the biggest chefs in all of the land is going to be appearing there, and we are very excited because we're massive fans.
Yes.
I used to see him on MasterChef, see him on Top Chef, see him on all that good stuff. Graham Elliot is in studio hanging out with us. Graham, you are now the celebrity chef, Graham Elliot.
Yes.
You know, what happened? How do you get to that level where you're finally celebrity chef?
Yeah, I actually changed my name legally.
I think you should.
That's my first name.
I have to introduce you as celebrity chef.
Yeah, of course.
Graham Elliot.
Nobody would know me otherwise. So don't put that. You know, all you got to do is like wear white glasses, and then
you finally
get on TV, and then you've officially made it.
Like, in all honesty, though, like, you know, obviously you're a great chef and doing your thing, and you know you're based in Chicago and all that stuff. But where do you finally get to that level of where it's like, okay, now I'm going to start doing TV?
Yeah, well, what's amazing is that, you know, for me, I went to 3 high schools, dropped out, got a GED, and started as a dishwasher. So I totally did not have it set up. And I used to sing and play guitar, and I wanted to do like the whole rock thing.
Nice.
And then from there, found that, you know, food and cooking was this amazingly creative outlet, and just kind of moved up and went through the ranks, and all of a sudden worked with certain chefs like Gordon Ramsay when I was like 20.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Iron Chef, I did that, and then Top Chef, and then...
So you just start getting a name for yourself.
Kind of, yeah.
Getting on those shows, and then it just...
That was it. For me, it was very goal-oriented. Like, I need to get, you know, this rating and 4 stars and a James Beard nomination. And then when they do shows, they kind of reached out to me, and it just took off.
And you obviously have to have a little bit of a personality to be on TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
That helps.
It does.
A look, you know, all that stuff.
I mean, for whatever reason, it just happened. I've been super lucky. I never, ever take it for granted, because it can all be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? Shows are canceled. Chefs are just back in the kitchen, and that's like what I know how to do. So
is it fun for you?
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, good.
I mean, imagine what I always think of music, right? You can either play to a bar of 20 people or a stadium of 50,000, and it's the same thing. I can cook for 100 people at the restaurant, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But to be able to do a show like, you know, with kids in front of 5 million people, and then you can teach about food and show how great it is and beautiful and exciting. That's so cool.
Now, with how busy you are and doing all these different things, do you still get to get into the kitchen and cook a little bit?
I do, and I also have 3 boys, and so I try to get in the kitchen at home.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's a big thing too. But yeah, and being able to do events is great, because it's almost like going on tour. You know, I get to hit a new city, meet new people, be able to cook, you know, based on the surroundings and the weather and everything else. So that's really awesome too nowadays.
And this is a little bit of a homecoming for you, because you lived in San Diego for a little bit, right?
I did, yeah.
That's
My dad was in the Navy, so I've actually...
Navy brat.
Yeah, and I've been to all 50 states. I've been able to travel, and yeah, we actually lived in Murphy Canyon. I was saying that...
Oh, just up the road here.
Up the circle.
That's crazy.
Bumper Circle is the name of the street, and I just looked, and it's like 8 minutes away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
totally
wild, man.
Oh,
yeah.
So you get to come home a little bit, I guess.
Absolutely.
You could say that.
Yeah, and it's funny how you know, even though you don't really remember it, when you're there, you do. Like, you
it's
know,
a memory
certain
back.
things come back. Yeah, it's incredible.
And what's cool about us here in San Diego is that, you know, we've become sort of a culinary destination place. You know, you got Mexico right here, you got the ocean right there. I mean, there's some good things going on here, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, what's really interesting too is that, like you're saying, you really do cook with whatever's around you, you know, and you're inspired by that. So in Chicago, where I'm at, it's a metropolitan area. You've got a lot of, you know,
a lot of brats and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of cops, you know, a lot of mustaches.
So true.
You know, you come out here and, like you're saying, it's how do you not wake up and just want to cook something delicious, you know, and simple and based on, you know, the proximity to Mexico, but the coast, and it's awesome. There's so much greatness here.
Yeah, and our bar scene, and especially our speakeasy scene's kicking up, and I saw you're going to be at Raised by Wolves tonight in UTC.
Yeah,
dude, that's
kicking off the deal.
Yeah,
is that the place you've been to before?
That is that crazy speakeasy bar that I told you guys about. I walked into it, I'm like, what is this place? And then the wall just rotates.
I was just going to say, everyone's told me it's kind of like Disney, like Haunted Mansion, like the chairs spin around. So, yeah. You get a couple drinks and like get in a spinning chair. It makes sense.
Yeah. Now, how can people come hang out with you tonight? Can anybody just show up, or do you have to like have a special ticket to go to the event tonight?
Exactly. You get tickets so you can go to San Diego wineclassic.com and you know, basically grab a ticket and come. So the festival goes all week, and yesterday we kicked it off doing a veterans pitmaster barbecue over in Coronado.
Whoa,
and that was awesome.
Yeah,
and then tonight, doing this event.
Now, what will you be doing something specifically this weekend at the festival, or are you?
No, just tonight it'll just be hanging out, being part of this party, and then yesterday doing that grill off.
Gotcha.
So that was really fun.
Oh, okay.
Were you actually grilling yourself,
yeah,
or okay? I didn't know. I thought maybe you were judging, or.
Oh no, I was cooking.
What'd you make?
Oh wow. I did a grilled New York strip, and then I did a farmer's market cauliflower puree, pickled chanterelles, roasted Brussels sprouts, and then we made a hollandaise sauce, right? Where it's egg yolk and butter drizzled in, and that's the sauce. But we did bone marrow fat. So we roasted bone marrow and then whipped that into the
that's amazing.
The hollandaise instead.
Oh my God.
So really light and healthy.
Totally.
Low calorie, gluten free, all these good stuff that people love.
Hey, so Graham, you mentioned cauliflower, and that's like all the rage now. Everybody's doing cauliflower this and cauliflower that.
Yeah.
So do you think the cauliflower trend is going to continue on? What's your prediction for the next big food trend?
I think that vegetable-focused cuisine, plant-based cuisine, as I'll say, is definitely what people are going to.
Yeah.
And it's not only healthy, but it's when you find farmers that put as much love into what they grow as we do cooking it, that's awesome. The idea that Mother Nature is doing her thing, and you've got this gorgeous carrot, that you pluck out of the ground, you dust the dirt off of it, you can, use the carrot or the carrot tops and make a pesto out of it, and they're beautiful and delicious, and it's easy to take caviar or steak or things like that and make it taste good. But how do you perfectly roast a vegetable? How do you take cauliflower, caramelize it or smoke it or grind it into cauliflower rice? And what's awesome is it's like 20 cents a pound. It's not some expensive thing, and that's what cooking is making something great out of whatever you're given. So
it's awesome.
Yeah,
we have celebrity chef Graham Elliot hanging out with us this morning, talking about the San Diego Bay Wine and Food Festival going on all week, really. But the big event is this weekend. Now, Graham, this coming next week is the biggest food, holiday of them all, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now, do you go big on Thanksgiving, or how does Thanksgiving roll in the Elliot household?
Yeah, I do, because, the way that we have it is, my mother-in-law does Christmas, somebody else does, some New Year's stuff, and so we're in charge of Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And I love it. And that's the first thing I ever cooked growing up was cranberry sauce. That's what I was in charge of.
Okay.
So that was
Did you
really
just open the can and pour it out?
Yeah, I was in charge of cutting it into perfect circles.
Oh, that's
That's what I do.
Yes, delightful.
I still like that stuff.
Oh, so do I.
I totally do.
I actually prefer it more than the rest.
It's a texture
homemade
thing.
It is.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
So do you serve it though, Graham? Will you serve the
Well, I do, because my father-in-law, that's what he wants.
Okay, but you'll serve both.
And what I've
He's got
told
Graham
too is-
Elliot there, and he's
Yeah,
asking
he wants
for the can.
Yeah.
But sometimes I was told that you can cook cranberry sauce, put it in the can, and let it kind of sit, and
Okay.
then pour it out. So
I don't believe it,
You
Graham.
don't know.
No, I won't trust it. No, I need it. It needs to sit on a shelf for like 25
it
years.
needs to still be the shape of the can.
Yes,
with the lines.
Yeah, with the lines, yes.
So you know the deal. But no, but I'm in charge of that. So I'll do, all the sides, roast everything. What I always tell people is don't try to cook everything on the day of. You know what I mean? Make the gravy the day before, get your sweet potatoes roasted and in the casserole dish, your green beans, sauteed up, or you can do asparagus, the same way as your green bean casserole. Oh. And then on the day of, you're finishing it all either in, little pots and pans or in the oven so that you can enjoy all the company and everything else too. Unless you hate your family and you need an
you
excuse to
just
sit
want to be in the kitchen
all day.
No doubt. Now, the key to you have the Thanksgiving meal, which is great.
Yes.
But the key for me is the sandwich afterwards.
Leftovers.
The leftover
That's what I
sandwich.
was just gonna say.
100%.
The best.
How do you like your Thanksgiving leftover sandwich?
Yeah, for
your
me,
turkey sandwich.
It's turning the cranberry into a cranberry mayo.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what's amazing is the trick is if you do the stuffing right, you can do almost like a bread pudding stuffing, and then you slice the leftovers and use that as your bread.
Oh, God.
Which would be sick, right?
Oh my God, my
and
mouth
then
is
you
watering.
got the
So
turkey in there. You glaze the turkey with a little bit of the gravy so it's not too dry. So just for me,
heavenly.
with sandwiches, everything is about being in proportion. So when I get a burger or grilled cheese or even a peanut butter and jelly, I don't the reason everyone hates crust is because it's dry on the outside. But if you perfectly do your peanut butter and jelly, every bite gets the same amount.
The same. Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yes,
and it's the same thing with this sandwich.
Agreed.
Graham, I know we just met, but could I come over for Thanksgiving?
Wait, no, hold on a minute.
Let's invite
Hold on a minute.
Yes.
Wait a second. That's really, really weird.
We all just show up
here in
down
the studio.
Oh my God.
Oh, I was going to show up at your old house off of Murphy Canyon. I was just going to go there.
Wait, I don't know. He's not there anymore.
Oh, just knock on their door and be like, Graham said to come over.
Graham, it really is awesome meeting you, man. Because again, seeing you on MasterChef for years, and then moving on to Top Chef, and what the difference between those two shows is pretty massive.
It is.
You know,
I mean, people that and people generally watch one or the other,
right?
Yeah.
Because Top Chef, it's people that have restaurants and are doing really artsy, beautiful food, and then people on MasterChef are at home cooks that don't get paid to cook. This is what they do for fun.
Right.
And so, if you're a big restaurant foodie, it's kind of like, I don't want to watch someone make meatloaf. And vice versa, people watching that don't understand or don't really care about the real restaurant.
But we really want to see, Gordon yelling at people and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which is always
throwing pans at kids.
right.
We need that.
That's
We
the
need
goal.
that.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Emily almost made it on MasterChef.
No way,
but
did you?
Yeah, I
dipped
tried out like 3 or 4 years ago,
Okay.
and I made it past like 3 or 4 different steps in the interview process, and then I was on a different show, and they wouldn't let me go to the LA part. So
because you would have had to been there for a while.
Yeah,
right?
I was
like
gonna.
that show takes a while
That's
if you move on, right?
Crazy is that you see people that you think are going to be in the top 3, and it's kind of like you're sequestered, like like a trial, when you're not able to use your phone or contact family, and you're shuttled to a hotel, and they'll all of a sudden get towards the end, and they're like, I gotta go, I'm done, like I miss my kids, or things like that, because it's emotionally.
It's a lot.
Well, and then you have the people who've given up everything and are like, I'm going to be a giant star and become the next, restaurant owner, and you get eliminated, in the 7th week. And you're like, oh man, what are you going to do now?
Yeah, but I always feel like if you're good enough, things will happen. You know what I mean? If you're in it for the right reason.
Well, we've become really good friends with Claudia Sandoval.
Oh, she's the greatest.
She is amazing, and she literally came from a really desperate situation where she didn't know where she was going to live to winning it, and now she's this huge celebrity chef again, which is great.
And you've seen people win that just sit at home expecting, like, now I'm going to be a star, and that's not just with MasterChef. I mean, you see it with every show, right? Like The Voice, the whatever, and so
you still got to do the work.
You have
hustle.
to.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Graham, congratulations on all your success, and it's awesome, and we'll be seeing you tonight, I guess. We're going to have to go down there and check you out.
Absolutely. We will have fun.
Very fun. Thank you, Graham, for coming in the studio. Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday, the Chargers took on their hated rival, the Raiders. Two teams going in totally different directions. We'll tell you what happened in that game next in Sports Dirt.